Hello again, everybody. Andrew Rogers here for TST Total Sports Talk. Thank you very much for joining me. It is Thursday, May the 4th. For all my fans out there, if you guys happen to like Star Wars, May the 4th be with you. I doubt many Star Wars fans out there are watching TST Total Sports Talk, but to those of you who are, May the 4th be with you. I'm just as much of a enthusiast as you guys. Actually, that's not probably true. No, I don't think I can get anywhere close to that. Thank you very much for joining me as always and watching along. It's Throwback Thursday. Gotta love that. Speaking of which, repping my high school football jersey. Now, I know what you're thinking. Really, they give you a jersey when you're sitting on the bench the whole time? Truth be told, they give jerseys away, even to the guys who warm the bench. I think the real shocker was when they gave an award out. They named an award after me for Bench Warmer of the Year. I should have probably been insulted, but truth be told, I still have the trophy at home in the trophy case. It's right next to that 10th place ribbon I won in elementary school for some sort of track and field race. Yeah. Pretty sad. Anyways, yeah, so it's Throwback Thursday. With that being said, I want to throw it back. 27 years ago, this video game captured the hearts of everybody. NHL 94. Man, that game was classic. I remember so many great moments when I was younger as a kid playing that video game on Super Nintendo. The best part about it was playing the shootout version with manual goalies. I had a couple buddies that I grew up with next door to my house that we used to play that game religiously, and we just had so much fun with it. NHL 94, it'll never die in my opinion. That's a beauty. You can play it on, obviously, on the ROMs on the computer. Anyways, today, Throwback Thursday, we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs. The Toronto Raptors were in action, I think, last night against the Cleveland Cavaliers. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the NHL playoff action as well. 2 games there last night. Toronto Blue Jays, we'll talk about them, even though they don't really deserve much recognition right now the way they're going. And we'll tee up for you the OHL final between the Mississauga Steeleads and ERIE OTTERS. That's all to come on the show. We're going to start, though, in the NBA playoffs. The Cleveland Cavaliers defeated the Toronto Raptors again, 125-103. This game wasn't close. LeBron, just absolutely massive. He seems to dominate the Toronto Raptors no matter what the Raptors do. They could switch up the lineup however many times. They could start 5 guys on the bench that they would never start, and they would have a field day once again. It'll be really interesting to see how the Raptors respond at home. Really looking forward to game 3 and 4 in Toronto. LeBron dropping 39 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists in the victory for Cleveland. DeMar DeRozan was held to 5 points in 31 minutes. Gotta do better than that, DeMar. You led this team all year. Gotta put up bigger points. Gotta be more of a presence on the floor. Cleveland leads the series 2-0. Game 3 back in Toronto. The other game last night had San Antonio Spurs defeating the Houston Rockets 121-96. Big bounce-back victory for the San Antonio Spurs. Kawhi Leonard had 34 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists for the San Antonio Spurs. Just a massive bounce-back for them after being trounced in game number 1 at the hands of the Houston Rockets. So that's a big game for them, obviously, coming back and tying this series at 1. Tonight in the NBA, we got the Celtics at the Wizards. Game number 3 goes in Washington. Boston leads that series 2-0. Isaiah Thomas has been an absolute beast. Everything that's going on with his sister passing away, how he's responded has been nothing short of remarkable. And Boston continues to have an incredible run in this year's playoffs. Also tonight, the Utah Jazz are in the Golden State to face off against the Golden State Warriors. Game 2 goes the late game. It's about 10:30. It'll be getting underway. Golden State leads this series 1-0. Switching over to the NHL playoffs, the Washington Capitals fell to the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-2. Pittsburgh now leads the series 3-1. Marc-Andre Fleury was an absolute beast for the Penguins in the net. 38 saves. His playoff journey has been nothing short of incredible. Having been basically an emergency start for Matt Murray after he went down in warm-ups in game number 1 of the first round series. Just what he's been able to do and how professional he's been has been nothing short of classy for Marc-Andre Fleury. He's a true professional and a great ambassador of the game. Made 38 saves, most of them massive for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Justin Schultz netted the winner. He's had an incredible playoff run for the Pittsburgh Penguins this season. Like I said, they lead 3-1. They got a stranglehold over the President's Trophy winners. That'll be really interesting to see how this series winds up. Anaheim Ducks defeated the Edmonton Oilers in the other game last night, 4-3 in overtime. Oh, I say overtime, but it really wasn't much of one. Jakob Silfverberg's 7th of the playoffs. That's a big story. I can't believe he's got 7. 45 seconds into overtime is the game winner. It's the fastest that a game winner has been decided in overtime against the Oilers in playoff history. What a stat that is. This series is now tied 2-2, with both teams taking victories on the road. Edmonton winning games 1 and 2 in Anaheim. Anaheim coming back and winning 2 on the road in Edmonton. Ryan Getzlaf, boy, he was a machine in the second period. They were calling him what looked to be the Eric Lindros of the Anaheim Ducks. We had the Big E, he was known as, and I guess the Getzlaf was the Big G. I guess we could go by that if we really wanted to. Start that hashtag, the Big G, hashtag the Big G. Ryan Getzlaf, he had 2 goals and 1 assist in the second period alone. Just absolutely dominated and carried the Ducks to victory, I believe, in this one. Ultimately, Silfverberg getting the winner in overtime, but Getzlaf was an absolute beast for the Anaheim Ducks. Tonight, 1 game in the NHL playoffs. It's the Ottawa Senators at the New York Rangers. This game goes at 7:30 over on Sportsnet. It is in New York. The Sens lead 2-1. It'll be a huge game in this series. Sens looking to take a stranglehold on the series. Switching over now to the Major League Baseball story, the New York Yankees defeated the Toronto Blue Jays 8-6. Jays fall to 9-19 on the season. If this trend continues to go the way it goes, the Jays could wind up going 54-108 this year. I really hope that doesn't happen, but you never know. Their team continues to be decimated with injuries. Right now on the disabled list, they got J.A. Happ, Aaron Sanchez, Troy Tulowitzki, Josh Donaldson, and the list continues. Marcus Stroman went down in the game today after 3 innings with what they are calling right armpit tightness. Not really sure what that's about, but it sounds minimal. Hopefully he won't miss his next start. If he can avoid a DL stint, that would be incredible. They can't afford to lose a guy like Marcus Stroman. If they do, they might as well just throw in the towel right now. Cook them, fry them, they're done. You know what? With 9-19, seeing 9-19, normally never say never. Well, guess what? I'm saying never. They're not making the playoffs this year. Aaron Judge hit his MLB leading 13th home run as well tonight. Boy, he looks good to start the season. He had 10 home runs in April, 3 already in May, and we're only on the 4th day of May. It's just absolutely incredible. Joe Biagini surrenders the loss in this one after allowing 3 in the 7th inning. Gotta be better. Toronto now next has a day off today. Then they go into Tampa Bay on the weekend to face off against the Tampa Rays. It'll be Francisco Liriano versus Chris Archer on Friday in the first game of that 3-game set. Switching over now, final thing I want to talk about is the OHL playoffs. Mississauga Steelheads at the ERIE OTTERS. That game gets underway. First game gets underway tonight. It's 7 o'clock in Erie. Now, this is going to be a massive series. I want to read a bit of a graphic here. The top 10 in scoring in the OHL playoffs this year. There are 6 from the ERIE OTTERS, 2 from the Mississauga Steelheads. On paper, the ERIE OTTERS should roll in this series. They should win in 4 games, in my opinion. However, I believe that the resilience the Mississauga Steelheads showed against the Peterborough Petes when they swept them 4-0, I feel like they can give Erie a real run for their money. I'm picking them in 7 games. Just incredible, though, the list and the talent. On paper, Erie should romp in this series. I really think, though, that this series could come down to the goaltenders. Matthew Mancina from Mississauga looks really good. Troy Timpano has been absolutely stellar since taking over for Joe Murdica early on in the playoffs. Timpano 9-3-1, Mancina 8-1 with a couple of shutouts. This one will really come down to the goaltending. Whoever stands on their head more will prevail in this series. Book it, mark it. It'll be a fantastic series nonetheless. Finally, I want to give you guys a little bit of a treat on Throwback Thursdays, TST Total Sports Talk. I remember all these great Nike commercials back in the day. The ones with the goalies. Some of them on the streets, some of them in the elevators. I want to share one for you. This is the NHL's Nike commercials from the 90s. They were just absolutely incredible. Andrew Rogers for TST. Total Sports Talk.
Yeah, I know. What's a goalie doing with a mob, right? Fedorov couldn't stop him. Pump check. That's locked. Couldn't stop him. Butterfly. Couldn't stop him. Kick save. I couldn't stop him. And now I'm a janitor. Custodial engineer. Hey, buddy. Just wax there. Jerk.